All of us have surely wondered at least once in our lives that how would it be like to live on a planet other than Earth? Who knew Elon Musk would come in to make our fantasies come true? This man wants to take you out of this world and settle you on the red planet, Mars. Does it sound exciting or does it scare you? Tell us in the comments before we move forward. And if you haven't yet subscribed and liked the video, smash all the icons right now and get ready for a dose of crazy information. We all must have tried to guess by now how long would it actually take to reach Mars. Well, it is going to take 5 months. Yes, 5 whopping months. But Musk is on the lookout for a way to shorten this length of time. This ingenious method could take you to Mars in just 100 days. There's a lot of risk as the length of time increases, and Musk is well aware. Traveling to Mars would expose the passengers to extreme radiation for the longest periods, causing cancer and infertility. Deep space exposes people to several levels of radiation, and while having nuclear reactor on board, a spaceship would generate its own radiation. The longer the mission, higher the health concerns. Apart from that, longer transit means more chances of fuel shortage or mechanical breakage. 100 people in a compact spacecraft also means crazy conflicts, and that is something we don't want to happen, not in space at least. So, traveling faster and reaching quicker is the solution we have. Elon Musk claims that nuclear thermal rockets would be a wonderful area for exploration for NASA. The SpaceX CEO talked about how the alternative to rocket fuel may help his company achieve speedier travel times throughout the solar system, which is a hot topic as his company works on ambitions to build a planet-hopping civilization. SpaceX Starship, fueled with liquid oxygen and methane, has the goal of a manned mission to Mars. The rocket's fuel means humans can set up a propellant depot that creates more fuel on the surface of Mars, enabling a return flight home and trips even further out in space. Musk has suggested that SpaceX could establish a full-blown city on Mars by 2050, a goal that nuclear rockets could speed up even more. But how do these nuclear rockets actually work? Let's see. The nuclear rocket has a reactor on board. It warms up the fuel such as liquid hydrogen before shooting it into the nozzle at high speeds. Nuclear rockets intrigue scientists because they might create many times more force than regular rockets. The amount of push that comes from utilizing a certain unit of gasoline is measured by specific impulse. The second stage boosters of the Saturn V, the rocket that transported humans to the moon, had a specific impulse of 421 seconds. According to the European Space Agency, a rudimentary version of a nuclear rocket may reach 900 seconds. More radical systems, such as the Orion Drive, which basically detonates a nuclear bomb beneath the rocket, may achieve an astounding 100,000 seconds of specific impulse. NASA says, due to better energy density, these systems have almost twice the efficiency of the best chemical engines combined with comparable thrust levels. With equivalent thrust outputs, these systems have approximately double the efficiency of the finest chemical engines. So, by now, you must have learned why Elon Musk wants to use nuclear spaceships and hopes to reach Mars in 100 days. And we have news for you! In January, SpaceX might launch its first Starship into orbit. Elon Musk announced that the company's under-development rocket will launch a dozen times in 2022 at a high flight rate. In 2023, the spacecraft will be ready to transport actual goods before moving on to more ambitious aims like delivering humans to the moon and Mars. It's a project that might help SpaceX achieve some of its most important objectives. The Starship is a stainless steel rocket that stands roughly 400 feet tall when combined with its super heavy booster, and was first revealed in 2017 under the moniker BFR. It's meant to fly up to 3 times each day and is totally reusable. The nuclear Starship can launch up to 150 tons of cargo and 100 passengers into space at once. Because it uses liquid oxygen and methane as fuel rocket, you will be able to fly to Mars, recharge using the planet's resources, and then either return to Earth or travel farther as part of a planet-hopping network. Starship is meant to be a generic transport vehicle for the wider solar system, according to Musk. The widely anticipated orbital flight to the Starship might happen as early as January 2022. In September of 2019, the company completed the first full-scale prototype of the Starship. It successfully launched and landed a full-scale prototype, SN-15, to a height of about 33,000 feet in May 2021. The spacecraft and launcher will next have a 90-minute voyage into orbit. SN-20, the final Starship prototype with all 6 Raptors, and Booster 4, a 29-engine Super Heavy, will participate in the forthcoming orbital test flight. From Starbase, the two will depart. Booster 4 will splash down in the Gulf of Mexico immediately after launch, whereas SN-20 will make one orbit around the Earth and land near the Hawaiian island of Kauai in the Pacific Ocean. Musk stated during the ceremony that the launch pad and tower will be finished by the end of November. In December, SpaceX completed a series of tests before launching an orbital mission the following month. Musk intends to organize a dozen test flights in 2022. After that, who knew space sciences and rockets could be fun? We hope you were enjoying the learning too. Keep watching because we have got some mind-blowing for you ahead. Okay, we assume the test flights are successful. What comes after? Musk has tremendous intentions for the future of this point forward. He hopes to go on to actual payloads by 2023 if the test flights in 2022 go well. As part of NASA's Artemis mission, the Starship is also intended to land humans on the moon. But it is reported that the mission would most likely take place no earlier than 2025. These skills would be utilized to construct a lunar outpost in the future. Because of the mass transport capabilities of transferring enough mass and people to the moon, Starship has the possibility to really have a permanently populated base on the moon, Musk explained, in the same way that we have a base in Antarctica that is permanently occupied. But when and how does the human travel process begin? Well, we also aren't sure about the when, but Musk suggested an ambitious plan for developing 2 uncrewed ships in 2022 and 2 additional uncrewed ships with 2 crewed boats in 2024 during the BFR presentation in 2017. He said at the most recent event that SpaceX will deploy at least 2 or 3 uncrewed starships to the planet to show that the spacecraft could land safely. We may be collaborating with NASA or NASA and other nations to send humans to Mars, he said. All of this helps Musk achieve his long-term aim of establishing a 1 million-person metropolis on Mars by 2050. But there's a block in the way, in the form of the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA, or Federal Aviation Administration, is conducting an evaluation of the company's environmental effect. But according to Musk, the FAA will complete its evaluation soon, allowing for a launch in January or February at the very least. Musk also stated that his company had constructed a factory for producing a large number of these vehicles. Musk believes that a natural or man-made tragedy would someday bring civilization to an end, prompting a migration to another planet, with Mars being the sole feasible choice. This might be a pandemic worse than COVID-19, declining fertility rates, nuclear Armageddon, or a direct impact by a deadly comet that wipes out an entire continent. In Musk's words, moving humanity to Mars and other planets as soon as feasible is critical for conserving the light of awareness. The main purpose of SpaceX has been to progress space technology so that mankind may become a multi-planet species and eventually a spacefaring civilization, he added. It is certain that Elon Musk and the nuclear Starship is all geared for the adventure very soon, and everyone is curious to know how the missions go. But for that to happen, we will have to wait for a while. And that's all for today. We hope you had fun learning about Mars, spaceships, nuclear rockets, and everything else. Tell us your favorite parts in the comments because we would love to know. And here we say goodbye, hoping to see you soon with new content.